So that is the most central place here in the city, in Ponta Delgada. That's all it is. And it's surrounded with banks. Portugal banks. Just built everything banks. They run around the corner, and the city and the big band here. Here is the big band. So. And another bank. There's another building, the bank here, under this alley. Itt az Azzurri nagy kikötő, Ponta Delgada. Tengeri kikötő, az óceán 7 országnak a kellős közepén van. Itt vannak a nagyobb épületek. A parton, vagy a part mellett. Here it is. Skyline of Ponta Delgada. Így fett a telefonnal kezdjük meg. Valószínűleg telefon.
At the left side you can see one of the most important monuments of Ponta Delgada city, the city gate, and behind them you can also see the main church of the city. The city gates were built in 1793, and in the beginning the sea was much closer to the monument. However, in 1950 they had to be moved to the center of the square due to the construction of this avenue. According to the legend, if a couple passes underneath the city gates holding hands, their love will last for the rest of their lives. Sir Thomas Hickling, Vice Consul of the United States in the Azores. He was responsible for developing the trade of the Azorean orange with Great Britain. The second is the Church of St. Hilda, built in the 17th and 18th century. At the right side is located the natural swimming pool, modified by the Ponta Delgada project. And you can also see the public swimming pool. Since 1999. The white building that you see at the right side is Club Naval, the Naval Club. With more than 100 years, is the oldest sports club of the Azores. It is a dynamic and modern club offering all members and visitors a wide range of activities and services.
Tessék kérem a börtön.
This building was a demand of the population.
Itt a börtönük van, Ponta Delgadában. Ide berakják, itt még templom is van benne. Itt a templom. Ezek szent bűnösök. Itt ó.
One of the 3 active volcanoes of the island. The last eruption occurred in 1563. This eruption was so violent that the ash cloud was visible in Santa Maria and Terceira Islands. The four islands that we have around this island. Nowadays it's known as São Vós Island because it's the name of the parish. But in the old days it was known as Rosto do Cão, Dog's Face Islet in English. It had its name because it looked like a dog lying down in the water. However, due to the natural erosion of the rock, that shape has unfortunately disappeared.
Ez elég úttal, egyedül vagyok rajta, képzeld. Írtó. Itt még van két szék elő. Akkor bejük ezekbe a szűk utcákba, hogy a feleljenek, ahol nincsenek járdák. Ez az érdekes az utcákon, hogy nem látni egy büdös járdát, szóval az embereket viszi el az autó.
At your right is located the remains of São Vós Fortress, which is close to the island of the Rosto do Cão. This monument was a fortification designed to defend part of the island from pirates and corsairs. Very common in this region of the Atlantic in the 1600s. But improvements took place in the 18th century. Because it's so close to the city. In the winter, the temperature of the water is around 15 degrees Celsius, while in the summer it reaches 22 degrees Celsius because of the Gulf Stream. The people come to these beaches during summertime, and as you can see, the sand is dark gray because of its volcanic origin. Being so dark, it gets too hot, forcing people to run into the water. The factory that we have in Azores, but unfortunately they don't make chocolates. They produce powdered milk. Is the Church of Livramento. The original chapel was destroyed by natural catastrophes, and afterwards the local inhabitants built this church. In the 40s and 50s by Salazar, a dictator in Portugal for 36 years. In total, 12,500 classrooms were built all over the country, including the islands. Salazar didn't really believe in education, but still poor people could study until the 4th grade.
Televíziótorony biztos. Fenn a hegytetőn.
Were built to protect orange trees from the wind. However, these stone walls were fragile, and they would eventually collapse with earthquakes, strong winds, and strong rain. Later on, the problem was solved with the introduction of a plant that worked also as a shelter.
Stone walls.
to the island of Santa Maria. The next island to be discovered was São Miguel. The central group was found later to Terceira, Graciosa, São Jorge, Chico, and of the western group, Cruz and Cruz, was sighted in 1452. In the first expeditions made by the Portuguese sailors, the islands began to be populated. Soon others came, like the French, the Dutch, and the Spanish. You can see some light poles. They belong to São Miguel Football Stadium, which is the biggest stadium in the island. The main team of the ball, Santa Clara, that once played in the first league of the Portuguese, are also used to fertilize the pineapple plantations. The white groups that are spread in the landscape are the religion of Azorean people. About 90% of the population is Catholic. People are still very religious, and it is common, especially on Sunday service, to see all generations together. The faith of the Azoreans is deeply related with natural catastrophes, such as earthquakes, floods, or storms. And in the pavements you can see the names of the islands. The Azores have their autonomy since 1976. And has its own government and parliament. We make our own laws as long as we respect the Portuguese constitution. Tobacco factories, producing more than 20 brands of tobacco, including cigars, cigarettes, and cigarettes. São Francisco, because it's located in front of the Church of St. Joseph at your right, close to the former convent of São Francisco. In front of you, that's from English, French, and other nationalities. Nowadays, there is a military office inside the fortress and a military museum that you can visit. Thank you very much. I hope you have enjoyed our tour. Enjoy the rest of your stay in São Miguel.